Welcome to my second podcast now. Today we brought Kaden along.
Hello.
So,
Three men.
Kaden's quite opinionated.
Threesome.
I am very opinionated, yes.
You know what has brought a lot of opinion out? This bloody advert, didn't it?
Gillette.
I've
seen this.
Gillette, we believe the best man we can be, or whatever. I haven't, I haven't actually properly watched it, but I kind of know what it's about.
Yeah, I watched it already.
It was taken down off TV, I believe.
Oh, was it?
I could be wrong, but I thought it was.
Well, we'll give it a little gouge now.
Bullying.
The Me Too movement against sexual
Toxic
harassment.
masculinity. Is this the best a man can get? Is it? We can't hide from it.
Sexual harassment is taking over.
It's been going on far too long. We can't laugh it off.
What I actually think she's trying to say.
Making the same old excuses.
Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys. Boys will be boys.
But something finally changed.
Allegations regarding sexual assault and sexual harassment.
But she says he's
And there will be no going back. Because we believe in the best in men.
Men need to hold other men accountable.
Smile, sweetie. Come on.
To say the right thing. To act the right way.
Bro, not cool. Not cool.
Some already are. In ways big
Yo, men. We're acting bullshit.
and small.
I am strong.
But some is not enough.
So how we treat each other, okay?
Because the boys watching today will be the men of tomorrow.
Piss off. It's a load of old crap in it.
No. Faults.
I think it's stupid.
It was pretty bad.
Like,
It's not
no,
that bad.
no, it's not. No, I'm not saying it's like, oh, it's the worst thing. It's
No.
like, but they have given men, like, they've made us look worse
Yeah.
than what we actually are.
Yeah.
They've made that sound like all men sexually harass women
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
There's a clip, the part where he goes, "Oh, smile, sweetie," and he goes, "Well, you can't do that." It's like, it was probably his daughter, and he asked her to smile.
Exactly.
And then if you're going off the fact that, oh, women need to smile all the time, it's like, well, there was other women smiling in the other clips.
Yeah. No.
Well, I saw that on, like, apparently that's meant to mean the best a man can get, as in it's the best version of a man that he can become.
I
Whereas
understand
in the
that.
older adverts, it was like the best razor a man can get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're trying to sort of flip it
Yeah.
and say that it's sort of a positive message of bettering yourself.
No, I understand that, but I mean, like, some of the stuff they showcase there, weren't as bad as what they tried to.
It was as if every person who's male does that.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Like, there was one where that man saw a woman walk past, and then he went to go like talk to her.
Ask her out. Or something.
Yeah, ask her out, and then his mate was like, "No, you can't do that." What?
I understand catcalling. If he started like catcalling her,
Yeah,
if he stopped to ferret, that's completely reasonable. Don't catcall.
but sitting there just going like, he's going, oh, like, he finds her attractive. Why is he not allowed to speak to her?
Yeah, it's sort of it's a lot of modern societal tropes, if you say so. Like, it's sort of it's things that they've sort of tried to raise issues about shit today, and it's sort of,
To be fair,
execution was, again, in the words of the true Geordie, execution, intention very good, execution shit.
yeah.
So
if you go on their earlier ad campaigns, you'll see women dress up in like skin suits, latex, and it has Gillette written on like their arse.
Yeah,
And it's like,
stuff like that's
all right,
probably not acceptable, but like,
I still do that.
pointing
in a
out
lot
problems that your company itself have those issues, like with
Mhm.
their women's razor. It's the same as their men's razor. It's made pink and then sold for a more for high price.
It is. I feel like what they tried to do it's gone the wrong way what they wanted it to do.
Yeah.
I understand why people are moaning, but I understand why people ain't moaning.
People just need to just, at the
Chill
end of the
out.
day, it's an advert, so
They're not-
take it with a pinch of salt. Don't just hate on it, because
Gillette ain't going to care that much, let's be honest.
Gillette don't give a shit.
No,
At the end of the day, they're a company making millions of dollars, pounds.
Exactly, so they just...
What does it matter to them? They're trying to sort of increase the market and like the reach and stuff like that. So at the end of it, you can't.
It's just a razor.
It's business.
It's a
It's
razor.
just a razor.
Yeah, it's a razor.
It's just a brand of razor. No one cares. No one cares.
Yeah.
You know what people shouldn't care about?
Kim.
Yeah, Kim and
And
Kanye having
Kanye.
their fourth kid.
Oh, see, I don't care that much that I didn't even know they had.
It's not. It's not. She's not giving birth, by the way. It's a
What?
surrogate.
Oh,
That's
well,
what all of, and that was all of their children have
Yeah,
they've been
I didn't even.
surrogates.
I thought they had one kid. I didn't even know they had like.
I knew they had two. I didn't
Yeah,
know
I
about the third.
I didn't know that at first.
I
Yeah,
didn't pay attention to
I
that.
saw this on the news and it was saying, yeah, Kim and Kanye having their fourth child. I was thinking, like, I like Kanye West, but why is that making the news, really? Like, just let her have, live their life. If they want their fourth kid, why does it have to be publicised to everyone else?
Mm.
It's just...
No one gives a shit. If it's another celebrity baby, who gives a fuck?
What are they gonna name it? That's so
Sa-
stupid.
Southwest.
What
this
have you
time.
got? You got North.
North, and then they've got like Hulk.
Saint is one
Saint
of them.
one, yeah.
That was the second one.
I don't
What
know.
on earth was the third? I don't remember there being a third.
This one's getting called.
Kardashian child.
This one's getting called Hulk. Hulk West. That's what his name is.
Is
I'm,
it serious?
I'm joking, but that's funny. Then
Well, I genuinely believe you. I
That's
genuinely
what
believe you.
their names are that dumb that Hulk sounds like it would
Hulk.
actually be true.
That's
What is it? It would be Hulk Kardashian West, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
That's not bad.
Would it?
I don't know. Or West Kardashian. I don't
Well,
know.
she's called Kim Kardashian West, isn't she?
So I guess it would
She
be.
kept her second name,
Oh, I don't know if the kids are no, because the kids Northwest.
so it'd just be West then.
Yeah.
Because they're married, so
Yeah,
all
so
the
they
kids
took-
will have the same name.
Yeah, they took the dad's.
Her gene pool shouldn't be passed down. So I'm glad that they've taken.
I
her
think there's
name
anything
out.
wrong with. I don't think there's anything wrong with her gene pool. I think there's a lot wrong with Kanye's gene pool.
No, I just meant as a,
That's
as a
another
person.
argument.
Yeah, but no, because they've got that brother as well, Rob Kardashian,
Look at the state of
and
him.
he has a kid.
I,
Yeah,
I
but
don't
we-
even know half their family.
With there's this. She was a stripper.
Black
Black China. She had a baby with Rob Kardashian, literally because of the money and stuff like
Because
that.
he's a
Yeah.
Kardashian.
She's just
Yeah.
famous for having like a big ass, you know, all of that.
Normal stuff. No.
And she dipped and posted a video online of her having sex with another geezer and sent it to him.
Mm.
Like sent it to
Why?
Rob Kardashian.
She's just an idiot.
Because she's just
She just wanted. She got her money on that,
yeah.
and then Rob was like getting really upset. He said he wanted his kid and all that back. Which
Yeah,
I,
she took full custody of that child. He couldn't see the kid or nothing.
That's
I understand why he get upset about that. It is his kid at the
Yeah.
end of the day, and she obviously only had a kid just so.
like
for the
attention and
money.
yeah.
And to lock him into a position where he couldn't
Go.
fight back.
Yeah, yeah.
But I get their fans care about it. I wouldn't say it's public news.
No, it shouldn't be like.
I
It
understand.
shouldn't be all over the news.
There's a lot of stuff happening in the world. One thing that we don't need to know more about is another child being
cares?
born.
Kardashian West.
Millions of children are born.
born every second.
So I'm
Not
not.
being funny. What's her name? What's Prince Harry's wife? What's her name? Meghan Markle.
Yeah.
She's having a kid.
Yeah, that will be publicised because that's the royal family.
Yeah, that's
and they have
understandable.
like royal family should have like so many fans.
Yeah, but
and I
that's
get
just-
Kim and Kanye.
That's just
Yeah.
Britain, innit? In a
Yeah,
nutshell.
but-
Just to
but it
care
bring-
way
it
too
brings
much
in
about the royal
revenue to
family.
them.
No, but the
to the
royal
country.
family is so much more higher up than what Kim and Kanye should be.
Yeah,
Can you remember when no, I'm gonna have to search this up. Do you remember when Diana died?
No,
Was it before I was born?
yeah, it was definitely before we
the
were
royal
born.
family brings so much money into the country, so
Yeah.
it's also like a good thing. They probably be like, oh, we'll have a kid, that'll get a lot of money.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. They probably
1997.
97.
I care about Diana
Everyone knows.
more than any royal there's ever been, and she died before I was even born. So
Everyone.
it says a lot, really.
Everyone.
Everyone admired Diana, though. Like there was a program about it, and
Yeah,
Just
that
the
was-
way, demeanour, and
So
she acted like a normal person. She didn't act
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
royal.
that's why everyone liked her, but the royals didn't like that. That's very controversial.
There's
but-
loads of
died.
yeah, she died in a car crash.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a
Who
lot
knows?
of
There's
conspiracies.
loads. Yeah, there's loads. It's like who's.
I don't think there's a conspiracy about it. I think it's literally
I think
just a case of she died in a car crash. It was unfortunate. That's
happens.
it. Things like that happen. I mean,
even if she died in her sleep, they were going to say someone tried to kill her. They were going to
Yeah.
do it anyway. They didn't matter. But you got to remember, at the end of the day, that is still Prince Charles's wife. So like they're all like saying, "Oh yeah, no, she got killed." Why would Prince Charles let that go along?
I mean,
all inbred anyway, isn't they?
this is quite a good segue. This is a good segue into another point about another car crash. Unfortunately,
what Prince Philip?
fortunately or unfortunately, depending on how you look at it.
Prince Philip.
I think you get done for that. That's
Prince Philip. How old is he?
97.
90 odd.
97.
He's 97.
And he's still driving.
He's
still
driving
driving.
about, and he can't obviously.
He
handle
looked
driving.
There's a picture
and he was alive.
a few years ago of when he drove around Obama and Michelle.
When?
A few years ago, I think it was like 20.
So he was still in his 90s.
Yeah, and you can see they like he's sitting there at the wheel like, oh, hey, and they're just like, oh.
I was like,
Like-
Jesus Christ, this old man is going to crash soon.
They don't look happy. They don't. They
Well, no,
don't.
I
Like
wouldn't
Joe
if I was in
said,
car with him.
When he come out, he looked dead,
Yeah.
and
I
he
don't
was
think Prince
alive.
Phillips has come out, has he? Has he come out?
They
No, not-
so they
not
cut him
down.
out of the car because it was on its it was turned upside down, wasn't it?
But I feel sorry for the other woman.
The woman broke her wrist, and then I think there was another car. Could be wrong, and there was a
There was a kid in
there was a
it.
baby
Yeah,
in it. I think it was like 4 months old or
Yeah.
something, or maybe older. I could be wrong.
Yeah, but if that child died, we probably wouldn't hear about it. Let's be
No,
honest.
no.
And then if that woman said, "Oh, you know, I killed my kid," everyone would go,
It'd be
"Oh,
like-
where's your proof?"
Of course,
It'd
it
be like
it would be covered up.
It'd be like one of those things where it's like one of those things where someone like raped someone or something, and because they're in the industry, they cover it up. For,
Yeah,
for
it's
years.
like Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah, or Jimmy Savile.
Yeah, Jim will fix it. That's his actual name.
Which
But no,
cover things up.
Prince Philip should not be allowed to drive. No one over the age of 90 or over should be allowed to drive, in my
I
opinion.
mean,
I feel like 70 and over.
My
You should be
granddad-
made
No,
to
because
take
my-
your test again.
my take your test again.
Take-
I
yeah,
think you should have your license revoked. I feel like
Yeah, you should get to a
should
certain
have,
age.
You should have refresher lessons.
I
and
thought
stuff
they
like
did that. I thought when you get to a certain age, they go right. We're going
That's
to do
exactly
this
what I
again.
thought, but I don't think so.
I think, 70, 75, you should get to that age, and then they should go, all right, you got to this age, we think you're a bit too old, you need to sit. Or if you have a disability and you're old, then they should lower the age.
I'm not being funny yet. That's the sort of age where people start to not give a shit about anything. So then is when they need to start, because I don't know. Obviously, you don't travel on the underground very often, and neither do you, really, do you? But old people, a lot of old people on the underground are Londoners. Like they've been there for years, and they've been living there for years. So they know the etiquette.
Yeah.
Whereas you get old people. I'm not being racist when I say this, but from other countries and people like that
Who don't understand.
who don't know the culture and the proper etiquette of using the underground. Like, I'm not saying there's like rules of using the underground, but that you've got to be courteous to certain people. Whereas people just say fuck it and they just go on the train and they don't give a shit.
To be fair though, we probably do that if we go to other countries. Like, I'm not saying that you're not saying that, but we say we go to Spain, we might be like, because when I went to Spain, their trains were completely different to ours.
Yeah, it's like because in the when I went to America in Los Angeles, obviously there's a metro.
They mentioned it.
Yeah, I know. There's a metro, and it's sort of it only stretches out to sort of like Long Beach and to downtown LA, and so honestly, it's like the underground went back 20 years.
Yeah,
it's like there's literally there's like hardly any lines. You get on and there's just the carriages are all shit. There's just graffiti everywhere, and it's like.
Have you ever?
It's horrible.
You know, like the C2C trains we get around here? They're actually quite nice. Have you ever been?
Bakerloo line trains are shit.
Have you ever been
the
up
brown ones.
north, south,
South Park,
Liverpool, and places like that, Manchester?
No, like the greater,
no, I'm not.
the Great Northern Line and stuff like that.
They are the worst trains in the country. They are so slow, and I went on it, and there's just like it was sick on the floor, and it had clearly been there for like a day. No one's done anything about it. And the trains are so slow. That's why all the houses are cheap in up north because the train system's shit.
I know, it's stupid.
Trains are another argument, but
you know what?
Shouldn't be
bit of a tangent from Prince Philip crashing his car.
You should just get the train.
Yeah, just get the train, Prince Philip. Why are you driving? Or at least get someone to drive you about. You're Prince Philip.
Exactly.
What are you doing?
Exactly. You're Prince Philip. Why have you not got?
You're a royal. I'm not being funny.
The Queen gets driven around.
You could get some geezer fucking from the government to drive you about.
You know what that
in a massive Jaguar. I'm not being funny.
It's like what that is people around that age. They obviously done everything. They went to work at like 14 and stuff.
They think they can still do everything.
Yeah, that's what in their head they think.
Just accept it, mate.
I'm not old enough. I can do this all by myself. You can't. Mate.
Just accept it.
You can't. You're on the verge of death. You're old.
You look like a corpse.
The Queen's like, I want to go shopping. He's like, oh, Liz, get in the back. I'll drive us there.
Liz is sitting there going. No,
Liz is quaking in her boots, thinking, when is Phil going to crash?
Phil. That's what she calls him. Oh, you're right, Phil. Prince Phil, imagine. The Queen going, Phil, like the in-betweeners.
She's like a different, like completely different person to him. She was 10 years younger.
Apparently, she does her own washing up and all that as well.
Would surprise me.
Yeah, that's what I heard as well.
She smokes.
Does she?
Yeah, she smokes.
How is she not dead? How is this woman still alive?
How old?
She's about 8.
That is.
She's about 90, saying, isn't she?
That's a secret. No one's supposed to know.
She's probably been smoking since she was about 15.
6.
You think how old she is? People were smoking at the age of like 12.
It was healthy, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's probably why she's
Everyone
still
used to smoke back then, really.
Oh, I know what Phil was doing. He was doing the Bird Box challenge.
Yeah.
Oh. That's another thing.
I do want to get some.
See if you can get that article up about the crash, because there was a car crash. Wasn't there? There was a car. There was a few.
Phil went, oh, Liz, I love the Bird Box. I'm going to do it myself.
Challenge death.
What? Jesus Christ.
That was
I want to try and find...
challenge death.
Bird Box challenge death. When you were typing it came up death.
Jesus Christ.
It's probably
that car crash.
Probably kid walked into
Who's this?
Let's see
what this Bird Box challenge is like. Oh,
it's fucking 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes long.
I can't say that.
I don't think that's a real thing.
No.
It's got entertainment on it.
Well,
just find Logan
super
Paul's
funny.
video.
Let's see this. Super funny. I know it's 16 minutes, but they're obviously like a vlogging channel or some shit.
Watch Logan Paul did. Oh, no,
is that fucking Ace Family?
No,
it looks like them though.
3.
Oh my god, I thought it was the Ace.
Okay, just make sure you
They
don't
do the
get
Bird
hit
Box
by a
challenge for a
car.
kid and give him a lollipop shaved.
Bird Box.
What is the point?
They literally just...
They're just walking about like Target.
They're actually just walking about. Like...
That is actually boring. They barely moved a metre from where they started.
That's brilliant. Let's watch 16 minutes of someone walking blindfolded.
It's that the Bird Box. The Bird Box challenge is done. It is done.
Stupid. It's not even a challenge.
Like,
obviously, the people who made the challenge are people on YouTube. It's obviously people on YouTube. I haven't seen the film.
But it is. This is literally what it is.
Oh no.
We've got shitty music over it.
You know your car's age. You want to see the film. Oh, spot on.
Did you see him?
Spot on.
This must be really awkward for the cameraman, because then they're not even talking in YouTube terms. They're literally just going as they're walking, and the cameraman's just going. Complete silence.
Camera's sitting going.
What is this
What
shit?
are they doing?
Why am I getting paid?
Did they? Oh, they didn't drive it. Thought they were going to drive it.
Welcome back to our channel. Today we're doing the blind. What is it? Bird Box?
No, I can't watch that. It was on stupid
But-
intro. No, but
I'm pretty sure at the end. Have you seen the film?
Yeah, I have.
Bird Box.
Does it at the end of the film? Does it say try the Bird Box challenge at home?
No,
Of course
Exactly.
it's obviously someously just thought of it because they're all fucking idiots.
Because it's a YouTube thing, isn't it? It's like, oh, mailing myself to Africa challenge and shit like that. It's just one of those money things.
It's just dumb, really. It is one of the dumbest challenges ever. Because there was that bloke who like drove, didn't he?
There was two girls doing it, wasn't there?
A girl did it. I think they were both in America. I'm not sure if they were in this country.
No, there was in America. I remember.
Yeah, the guy who did it, didn't he just drive down like a highway, and I think he just went into the side of someone, or someone went into the side of him, and I think the girls, they just went up to a roundabout and just kept on going.
What's the point?
I don't know.
It's just, That's just
It's not even a good challenge. Like, what's the aim?
What you get out of
in
it?
Bird Box, the thing is to listen.
Yeah.
You use your hearing
We
to direct
die.
you to
We
places.
die.
It's not just going.
Not just going, oh no, let's get in the car, let's go to Target and walk about. That's not what they do in Bird Box.
No, they don't do
They're
that.
like fighting for their life.
Exactly.
Like, there's got to be some sort of audio cue.
It's sci-fi. It's like sci-fi horror, isn't it? It's like a thriller horror thing.
It's just
but with
bollocks.
like
That's what it is. It's just bollocks. It's not
The challenging was the film weren't even that fucking good to worthy a
It's
challenge.
just one of those things that gets lucky. It's like I'm
Without
not
the
a fan of
challenge,
Netflix original stuff.
to be honest, without the challenge, I bet more. And with the stupid what is it? Blindfold things. I forgot. Blindfold things. People wouldn't.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah. People probably wouldn't do it if it didn't look dumb. Looks dumb.
I don't know whether this was real or not. I think they were selling Bird Box blind.
Yeah, they were.
You told me, didn't you?
Yeah, they
It
were.
was Bird Box blind box. It was just a strip of fabric.
Because me and Kaden,
You could make so much money from that. It's like, just cut up a t-shirt.
Lots of idiots buying this bit of strip of fabric.
Because me and Kaden
Just
were
do it yourself.
We were saying you could probably literally see through it.
Yeah, it's like
yeah.
Jake Paul did a video, didn't he? He got taken down because he ran across the street blindfolded and drove a car. Now, obviously, it's a YouTube video. You can't tell what he can see or can't see. He obviously could see through it.
You've got to think of the audience as well.
Because the road that they were going at, people going 40, 50, and they were just running across it. It's like you wouldn't do that anyway, but you would not do that blindfolded.
The problem with that kind of stuff, most of these YouTubers, their target audience are 9-year-olds.
Yeah.
And they're doing it. Not being funny, when I was 9, if I saw someone I liked doing it, it's like when you used to watch if you watch wrestling. They tell you not to do it, and you think, oh, I like wrestling. I'm going to just go fight and break my neck.
I'm going to go and pedigree someone on the street.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. But with the Bird Box challenge, it's just, what's the point? There's actually no point.
Yeah, a 9-year-old, you go, if you see wrestling, you go hit your cousin with a pillow or something. You don't blindfold yourself and run around.
You don't get to it's just. I don't even. Things like that really make me angry because it's like you're so
deluded.
You're so in one mind about your career and your audience.
Yeah.
It's like you're like, oh, this is a trend. Let's jump on it, and they don't think of the consequences. I know it's an argument that's been rinsed on every single YouTube channel ever. Yeah. The fact that these big channels don't think about their target audience, but it's a massive thing.
They obviously know who their target audience is. If someone goes, oh, I don't know my target audience, that's the biggest load of bullshit I've ever heard.
It's the biggest platform of entertainment now.
Let's be
honest.
When you look up your analytics, you see what age watches your video. Obviously, you can lie. When you're a kid, you go, oh, I'm 18 on YouTube.
It's like when Facebook and you had to be 13. Yeah. And I would be 10. I'd make myself 44. What's the point?
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's like, YouTube analytics then, they're not even that accurate because you get loads of kids who probably say they're 18.
Everyone has an email and stuff like that. So all
exactly.
you have to do is put an email in.
Even then, even if, say, you've got 18-year-olds, it's 10%. And then you've got 20-year-olds, and that's 40%, and then the other 50 is kids. Then that other lot as well are most likely kids.
Yeah. That's what I meant.
You've got to look at the majority sort of data, and you've got to be like, this is the majority of it. You've got to think, what 40-year-olds are sitting watching my kids' content? You know what I mean? It's clearly kids.
Especially when you've got people like J Station. What's up, guys?
Yeah.
if you're talking like that, you obviously know you're talking to children.
I don't want to talk about
it's
that.
It's like Ryan's toy review. He made the most money last year.
Yeah.
Money. It's like Ryan's he's not going to get his kids to start swearing his head off.
Exactly, because he knows they're children.
Yeah, he's not going to do something.
They've captured an audience, and they're like, how can we maintain this? Whereas the other channels that do edgy shit like that are like, oh, we don't. What can I shit out next to sort of get the most revenue? Whereas they think we've got a audience, how can we keep pumping this same content
kids
out?
Keep coming onto YouTube. Kids grow up, but you get new ones.
Kids will always be around, whereas old people won't.
Yeah.
Which is why.
That's why Prince Philip shouldn't be driving.
Yeah, exactly. We're all going to be like Prince Philip one day. I doubt we'll be watching kids' content on YouTube.
It's like, look at Rice Gum. He had so many kids from say the age of 9 to say 14, 13 watching his content, and now he's completely irrelevant. He's still got a load of subs.
Yeah.
But it's just because people just don't bother unsubbing, or they just make a new account.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like no one will
go. I know that you like Rice Gum. I'm not a fan.
I don't like him. Now watch his new stuff. I'm a bit like, Why did I actually like?
I
it?
just think
Because you're not a kid anymore.
Yeah.
And it's like no one goes, oh, well, I'm 15 now, I'm going to go and unsubscribe. Or
Exactly,
People don't do that, they
exactly,
just
yeah.
leave it there.
Because I know I've got like 3 YouTube channels, just because. But I don't subscribe to all my subscribers on what I have on one of them. I have like certain ones
People don't
when
do
I was
that.
a kid, and I'm just like, what? I'm not going to bother.
When you probably got to
subscribing.
16, you probably it's annoying that I can't watch, say, this person's video just because it had a rude word in it, and YouTube, like made it adult only. So I'll make an 18 account.
I know how to make an 18.
You don't go and unsub to people you used to watch as a kid because that's not how it works.
Exactly. You want to watch them still.
Yeah.
It's just dumb. It's just a load of baloney.
We're gonna have to talk about the football stuff because you don't know anything about football.
You've heard about this stuff, though.
I know of it.
You can tell.
I don't know. Obviously, I know about Salah.
Yeah, we'll get on to that in a second. But this spy stuff, this is funny. Like we'll go light-hearted before we. You heard about this?
Yeah, I heard obviously because I do follow football.
Yeah. So basically, Kaden, obviously there was this manager like manages Leeds United, which are in like the second team, and they were playing Derby on one day, and then they noticed that someone was watching Derby's training sessions from Leeds, so like they reported it and all that, and then everyone was like kicking off about it, saying, "Oh, I can't believe he spied on people and all that." So the manager, I don't know how to say his name, it's like Blaser, yeah, he's Argentinian, I'm pretty sure, and he come in, everyone's like, oh, he's going to resign or he's going to say sorry. He come in, he has a big PowerPoint, puts it on the wall and goes, I've spied on everyone. He's gone, every team I've faced, I've spied on. And everyone was like, what? And he was going, yeah, no, I've done it. He said even like friendlies, it's like matches what mean nothing. He was saying, "Oh yeah, I spied on them." There was one, and it's terrible. But
It's funny.
It's not illegal though.
No, it's not.
Because he was saying like,
is it against? It's not.
No,
against
it's not against the rules.
That's quite.
It's just scouting.
It's slow, but it's actually quite clever.
Yeah,
it's very clever.
Yeah, no, because my dad mentioned to me. He said there was one time Alan Shearer was talking about it, and he said that they had like when he was playing for England, they had like an open training session, so like anyone can come watch. So Shearer said. When they were practicing penalties at one point, and he went left, and then in the next match, like in the match where he knew people were going to watch him because it was like anyone can watch him, so he went right, and the keeper automatically went left. Yeah. So it's just stuff like that. Like it's not against the rules.
You can be smart. Yeah. If you know you've been smart on, then you can be smart. But then everyone would do that. Yeah.
So not being funny. It was more the fact that he turned around and went, I've done it for everyone.
Yeah,
like,
the fact that he had some big PowerPoint saying, "Oh,"
because there was always another one. He was like facing like Rotherham or something, someone from like League Two, something like that. And he was like, "Oh, yeah, I've even spied on them." It's like, why would you wouldn't need? Why would you spy on?
Imagine if someone did that in
your league. They used to be like lead in the Premier League.
They flew to another country just to see how they played.
He would.
I wouldn't be surprised.
He literally said every team he's ever faced in his managerial career he's spied on. So isn't it?
It's a manager thing, not a team thing.
Yeah, no, it's like the team went there and sat there.
He's just doing it because he just thinks, "Oh, this is what I want to do."
Not being funny. It's a tactic. We need to.
I see why everyone was kicking off about it though, because obviously it is funny, but people were going, "Oh, it's a form of cheating and all that." But it's not against the rules, so it's not actually cheating technically.
I don't think it's right.
It's not right, but it's not wrong. He's not done anything.
It's like fair play to him. He's come up with something where he's thought
he's the one
we can get away with this, but he's fully admitted it. If he was to lie about it,
he knew it was. He knew people would find it a little bit scummy and a little bit. Oh, you can't do that. But there's nothing that says you can't do it. So he knew. So he fully well knew. Right, I'm gonna get some shit for this. But I'm going to own it. That's going to be my thing.
It was more the fact that he just had this big PowerPoint presentation and he just had it, like, he literally had all the things, like, he had, like, columns of everything on every team he's ever faced.
Oh, I can't wait for this slide transition to show people that I've spied on this team.
The funnier thing is like, he obviously weren't manager of Leeds, like, because he's quite old. So say if he's managing, like, in the Argentinian league, he still has all, like, that stuff in his thingy, like, on his PowerPoint. So it's not like he's spying them and then going, delete. He's spying on them and going, I'm keeping this.
Well, yeah, because it's information.
Exactly. So he can always...
so if you want to faces that team again...
You want to update it like every so often, so if they get a new manager, I'll update my sources.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, if they... He'll just go spy on them again.
Had he been doing it? So he's been a manager for other teams as well before this.
I don't know.
Had he been doing it then?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He did.
So it's not like it'd be even worse if he just did it for this team. Because then it'd see like favouritism.
Exactly.
But if he's done it his whole career.
Yeah, that's what he said. He went, I've done it for everyone I've ever faced, friendlies and all, tournaments, games mean nothing. He said he spied on people. like not being. It's brilliant, really.
Practice.
It is fun. Yeah, that's what it is. I can see why people kicked off because it obviously is a form of like it can seem as cheated, but it's not really. Let's be honest. But I think it's brilliant. I just love the fact they turned around and went, yeah, I cheated. I cheated, and what? Who cares? Who cares really?
Well, to dampen the mood, we will have to sort of go over
Yeah,
this
we'll have
bit,
to
'cause obviously, we
Have
haven't got
you heard about it?
we haven't got long on the recording, so we'll mention it. And
Yeah.
we'll just say our thoughts, and then we'll sort of finish up.
Yeah.
But Salah, Emiliano Salah, was involved. He was going to Cardiff, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was signing from SE Nantes in the French league.
Yeah, to Cardiff.
The main thing I know about this, I think it was that was quite upsetting, is that he didn't even have to go there to France. He was wasn't he flying to his team to say goodbye to everyone? I'm sure he was going to Cardiff.
He was going to Cardiff, but I think
Cardiff from France.
What I heard is that Cardiff offered him like to take him, and he was like, "Oh,
that
no."
was his. I thought that was his dream thing to do that, to go and play there.
You know, not Cardiff obviously, because no one really wants to play Cardiff. Obviously in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And I think he said, "Oh no, I'll go. I'm going to say goodbye to my teammates and all that first." I think that's where you've heard it from.
Yeah.
And then he's obviously gone on this different plane.
Yeah.
And obviously, unfortunately, the plane went missing and still hasn't been found.
Didn't he say
hasn't been found?
Yeah, there was.
He was texting from a life raft.
Yeah,
that's what I heard. He was on a life raft.
I didn't hear. No. On the plane, he apparently he rung someone up, and he went, "The plane's falling to pieces. I'm scared. I want help. If you don't hear from me in the next hour and a half, then get someone to come find me. I don't know where I'll be though." And then the plane went missing.
I heard that he was in a life raft.
I heard
he was sending out emergency signals.
See, that's worse, because say if the plane was just going, well, it's both bad, but if the plane went down, it crashed and he died. But if he was left out in
the middle of the ocean,
I'm probably getting it completely mixed. I'm probably getting it mixed up with what you said.
Yeah, no, I know that happened. And everyone was saying he was on a life raft, but no one knows. And now I know they called off the search, which I think is stupid. They shouldn't have called. It was 48 hours, I'm pretty sure, and then they called it off.
They need to at least spend a week looking for him for the sake of the family.
I understand. The part I understand is it was two people, wasn't it?
It was him and the pilot.
Yeah. If it was a whole plane, then obviously it's going to be more priority. They're gonna spend weeks
because it's one player
and a pilot,
and they're probably like. He's dead.
I know they did say if he ain't been found in 2 days, then his chances of living are very slim. But not being, it's more the courtesy. I know it
is more for his family.
His sister put on Instagram or something like, "Oh, please, can you just go find my brother? I really miss him. I need him to be found." Which, not being funny, it's upsetting and all that. And I know that people have been putting petitions and all that out for him, to try and get him home and found, and I know people like Raheem Sterling and stuff like that are like putting like £50,000 and stuff like that to try and find him, but he probably is dead. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
I know it's sad, but there is always that chance that he's still there. But what pisses me off is that they're still looking for Madeleine fucking McCann.
I don't even want to talk about that.
No, but I'm just meaning
it's been going on for too long.
They're still searching for her, and then they gave up on this poor bloke in 2 days, which.
She's not a child anymore.
She's not,
if she is,
yeah. If she's alive, she's not. Her parents killed her.
Well, that's for another
day. But
podcast.
But that's what I mean. Like, if you're doing a search for people like that for that long, then you shouldn't give up on this bloke too quickly.
They still talk about it now. Like this this thing probably won't.
This will be forgotten.
Yeah,
which is sad. But at the end of the day, there's nothing we can do.
It is upsetting, but. We do send all our thoughts out to like his family and all that, but
because they're. I mean, it's your family. You're going to want them to be found. But